name's Corey, and welcome to Just Empty Every Pocket. So just over a year ago, I installed Raptor Liner on my hardtop. And as far as protecting the hardtop goes, it's dialed. Like it's absolutely perfect, strongly recommend it. Now today, I'm gonna talk about what to do to protect the rest of the vehicle. So check it out.
I've done my fair share of tight trails, and they're not my favorite thing in the world. For me, they're kind of right up there with deep mud. Trails like this tend to take their toll on your paint. But if you want to wheel in the mountains, there's no avoiding it.
Holy fuck, I'm gonna need a paint job after this one.
More often than not, you have to sacrifice to get to those cool spots that only the select few have seen. But for those of us that suffer from crippling OCD, pinstripes are like splinters in our minds that slowly drive us mad.
So, does anybody know a good painter?
I decided to start fixing my paint issues. I started by Raptor lining my hardtop. With over a year's worth of trails, the Raptor Liner has absolutely no damage whatsoever. No fading, no peeling, and of course, no scratches. Now it's time to turn my attention to the body panels. And no, I'm not Raptor lining them.
So it's a bit of an auspicious day today. I have decided to get Ruby wrapped.
I'm not doing just any wrap though. I'm having a self-healing protective film installed. This is a durable film that will protect your paint, even in the most extreme environments. But wait, there's more.
The film is supposed to reset at 12 degrees Celsius. So about, I don't know, 50 something Fahrenheit. It's supposed to reset at that temperature, but if it doesn't, you just take a hairdryer or a heat gun to it and the film resets. Because what a scratch is, it's basically pushing in the film. And when you give it heat, it basically springs back to its natural state, which is flat. I'm really curious how it's going to hold up. It's nothing crazy. It certainly isn't going to be any neon camouflage or something crazy like that. I'm just sticking with gloss black. Originally I was thinking about going to, you know, a satin wrap, but I'm sticking with gloss black, keeping it kind of the way it's always been. So yeah. Anyways, that's what's going down.
After a bit of searching and a few calls, I decided on the tint factory to install my PPF. But before the PPF can be put on, the heavily damaged clear layer needs to be removed.
Power polish day here at Shine Syndicate. The PPF is clear, so we do have to make sure that the scratches are gone. And we'll see how this all holds up on the trails.
Now it's time for the film, which in my case is now the clear coat layer. The more disassembly, the better. The only downside is, it's more expensive. When I saw Ruby for the first time, it absolutely blew my mind. But would the PPF stand up to the abuse that trails tend to unleash? Is my Jeep now armored with a tri-helical Plasticil 1000 molecular bonded indestructible shell like Kit was equipped with? Probably not. But even if it isn't, it allowed me to put this, the greatest intro to any TV show ever made, into my video. Have I set my expectations so high that there's little to no chance that the PPF will live up to them?
So when I'm running around town, yeah, I like a clean Jeep. Shoot me. But there's very few things I take more pleasure out of than when somebody accuses this Jeep of being a Pavement Princess. So my standard operating procedure when that happens is I give them my business card, I tell them to go check out my YouTube link, and then I say, Pavement Princess this, bitch.
While most of the trail adventures I've gone on since having the PPF installed have been wider trails, I knew that my annual Marble Mountain Run was coming up. And this is a trail that will absolutely leave its mark, not only on your soul, but on your doors as well. It's a tight trail. If you like running trails as much as I do, there's no getting around tighter trails like this one.
Well, my Self-Healing PPF and I have got a date with a hairdryer when I get home.
What was that in English?
I have protective film.
Oh.
And when it gets scratched, you just blow it with a hairdryer, and the scratch goes away. In theory. Explain that like that.
And there's just no way I'm going to skip a trail just because it's tight. The best ones, after all, are tight. Oh man, that sounds like super dirty. I was very curious to see how the protective film held out. After a thorough wash, I applied heat from a hairdryer to any pinstripes that I could find.
So most of the scratches are coming out, but there's one that isn't. And I remember when it happened, and I know it was like a twig that just kind of snapped back from the tire or something. I remember when it happened, I'm like, if this one comes out, then this PPF is pure voodoo. But the little ones, they came out. I just basically pointed the hairdryer at them, and they disappeared. It's some kind of crazy twisted voodoo. But this one, like I said, when it happened, I was like really unsure if it would come out. But it's like, I don't know, 70% of the way out, but there's that 30% that when it's black, it just shows.
On the plus side, that stripe is only on the film. The paint is completely untouched. The rest of the body looks amazing. And on a black Jeep that sees a lot of trails, that's impressive. Even the high impact areas like the A-pillars and the doors are holding up fantastically.
But it's not all unicorns and rainbows.
I have a bit of lifting on my cowl, the corner of my windows, and a tiny bit around the door hinges and some stretching around the taillights.
So I heard that films and wraps can lift, and around high stress areas they can kind of warp. So that's the main reason why I had this professionally installed. I get warranty. It's been a year, it's doing great, I'm super happy with it, no complaints. And if you're in the Edmonton area, absolutely go to the tint factory, ask for Dave, tell him Corey sent you. You will not be disappointed. And on the trail, unless you're an idiot, this film is gonna last for years to come. Is it indestructible? No. This is not the Knight Industries 2000, and I am not David Hasselhoff.
But at the end of the day, if you want to protect your paint and have a good looking Jeep out on the trails, PPF is for you. But I'm sure you're wondering, how much is this going to cost? The answer to that question is, it depends.
As I mentioned, I had to basically remove the clear coat layer before I could put the film on, so that added some bucks to the total bill. You know, is it 2-door, is it 4-door? You know, just things like that. You know, style vehicle comes into play. Do you want it ceramic coated or not? You know, and that's a whole different conversation altogether. But at the end of the day, you can kind of assume somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000, depending on how much disassembly you've done or how much disassembly you expect the shop to do. So I think it's pretty safe to say that that's probably where it's gonna land. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like it, share it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe. In the meantime, I'm out of here.